Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Foundation Years vodcast, where we'll be discussing recruitment and retention within the early years sector. I'm Seb Thorpe, and during this session, we'll be diving into an incredibly timely and important discussion, how we can address the challenges of attracting and retaining talented staff within the UK early years sector. The early years sector is at a very important point, with settings finding challenges when filling roles and retaining their staff. This, as we know, may have an impact on the quality of care and education that we provide to children during the most formative years of their lives. Today, we'll aim to explore strategies and solutions to support those working in this vital sector. And I'm thrilled to welcome Gill Mason, the Training Academy Director and Designated Safeguarding Lead at Kids Planet Day Nurseries. Gill, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. It's great. It's a great opportunity to discuss these essential issues at this time of the moment, as you mentioned earlier, Seb. So thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. So firstly, what recruitment strategies should early years settings consider when attracting staff?
Okay, so I'm going to really speak from Kids Planet perspective on this as well, really, because we've had really great success with our recruitment and retention strategies. Most recently, been really delving into what's worked for us. So I'm going to share some of those, really. So we try to make it clear from the outset what an important, essential role it is. Working in early years is probably the most important job that anyone will ever do, and of course, I would say that. So we looked at our we looked at our values this year as well to see if we were, resonating that message that we were trying to get across to our people who may apply to work in Kids Planet. So we wanted to highlight, what was valuable to us, and not something that we just. Values are not just for laminate, but values need to run like a thread through everything that we do. So we looked at our acronyms CARE, which is community, a safe place, reflection and excellence. And as I said, we tried to thread this through our messaging, really, and our commitment to children, families and our teams, and create this sense of a family. We're a family run organisation, and we wanted to create this sense of being part of this early years family. So what I would recommend is you make this real. We're appealing to a lot of younger people to come and join the sector, or Gen Z people, if you like. So it needs to be real. We've looked at our marketing research on this as well, and make sure that we're all sort of showcasing our nurseries as somewhere that you'd want to work. So we use testimonials, real case studies from real current staff, like a day in the life of being an early years educator. We try to use like different genders, ethnicities, different age ranges to show, that basically early years is across the spectrum from age 16 and upwards as well. What we tried to put in place as well as real clear career pathways and CPD opportunities, so you can see from the outset that you can flourish in this early years world, if you like. We've also made sure our benefits are clear and transparent. So we did some research again earlier this year with our teams. Our people team sent a survey out to say, what makes you stay, what makes you think about leaving, type of thing. And what came back loud and clear was flexibility, flexible roles, and applying to a broader range of applicants there. So part-time opportunities, long day opportunities, lunch covers, and things like recognising, what our team need, really. So looking at extra holidays, we vastly reduced childcare fees for our teams, and we offer the most competitive salary that we can in early years. But we understand that it's not the highest paid of jobs for certain sectors. So we looking at how that you can develop your career within early years as well. So making sure those career pathways are clearly in place, and that you can go from being, a brand new apprentice into the sector, and you can see your trajectory in front of you, where you can become a senior leader, a manager, or a specialist within early years as well. So it's it's tangible and it's meaningful, so that you can see that career trajectory in front of you, really. So we also partner with local colleges, local community groups. We look at work tastes from schools, work experience. I'm a careers ambassador in the local school, so we can go and tell people how great it is to work in early years and what a rewarding career is. So we've even signed up to the Gatsby benchmark, so we can offer impartial careers advice, so we can really encourage people to come and work and flourish within the sector.
Thank you, Jo. And then to build upon those points, when in post, what strategies would you say have been successful for you when retaining staff within the early age setting?
So yeah, I mean, I always say a lot of times it's not such a recruitment crisis, it's a retention crisis. And as we know, nationally, just under half of apprentices leave early years, and that's just a statistic that's out there. So we tried to buck the trend on that, really, and we've had some great impact. So uniquely, as a large nursery group, we don't have agency staff, and our CEO made that a priority, because what we're trying to do is create this team cohesion, if you like, and the transient nature of agency staff. So it's different faces to the team, different faces to the children. It had a bit of a negative impact, really, on our team. So we've used our pipeline of apprentices and our recruitment strategies to ensure that we have a team that's consistent. Tried to build a strong team culture, so that sense of belonging really has helped with our retention strategies as well. Lots of wellbeing activities as well. We, as I said before, we pride ourselves in being a family-run organisation, and that sense of family within our settings, really. We involve staff in all decision making, and obviously I've mentioned the benefits already, that we've looked at the benefits, and it's extra holidays and your birthday day off, things like that always help with retention, and that career development, that you can see a future, that you can move into different roles, you can even sidestep into different specialist team, has really helped our retention as well. We have a real emphasis on team well-being. We have a dedicated well-being manager, and these are not just paying lip service to well-being as well. It's about changing that workplace culture, regular check-ins with all our teams, seeing the leaders who are approachable and understand that role, because they've been in that role, so they haven't helicoptered in, they've been in the role, and they've grown themselves through their own careers, so they understand the different sorts of stages in that career as well. Promoting CPD for our teams as well, and leadership training, and just celebrating achievements often and always, so that there's a real sense of sense of belonging, and a sense of well-being is really threaded through everything we do, really. So there's some of the things that's had a real impact. Recognition and rewards, and as I say, we're just on Saturday we had our awards evening, where we celebrated Kids Planet achievement, and it's a really lavish affair, and really sort of really rewarding and respecting what our team have achieved. Yeah.
And based on your experiences, how can settings enhance their recruitment processes to promote diversity and inclusion within their teams?
So we took a close look at the language we were using around some of our job adverts, and our what we're putting out there in when we're advertising for new roles. So we ran a project called Men in Early Years recently as well, and we really looked at the language around those job adverts type of thing, and where they putting people off, basically. And we found that the language needs to be much more inclusive than what we were previously using. So we looked at our marketing materials, and obviously it was mainly women on some of those, the job adverts type of thing, and the language was quite gender biased as well, around maybe nursery nurse and things like that. So we changed our language, we changed our images, to like sort of one example. But then obviously that went across the spectrum then, on looking at that message we're portraying out there, to come and work in early years from very different backgrounds as well. So we also then, of course, we have our academy, so we can train people, and so we looked at, are we attracting the right people? Is it really about their values rather than their qualifications? We know we're a regulated workforce, so we know we have to have certain qualifications in place, but it's really important to get that right person, that they the values resonate with those as well, that they want to come on board, they want to work in early years, and they have a genuine love to work with our youngest children as well. So that's really important. So we train some of our interview techniques and our interview, methodology really around that, on how we got the right fit for the company really, rather than have you got the right qualifications, because it's a bit of both really, isn't it? So we also look to widen our candidate pool as well. So, we are nurseries in many communities across England and Wales. So we have a constant pool of parents that come and talk to us as well. And, we're the hub and the heart of that community. So we have linked with community groups to ensure our adverts out there, that parents will talk to us about roles that they might want to access within the nurseries as well. So we are in that unique position to work with hundreds of parents and hundreds of community members coming through our doors all the time. So we've maximised that as well. And we also highlight diversity through our many case studies, our events, our celebrations, and really linked into communities in some of these events as well. And really promoting our settings as a safe place where diversity is always valued as well.
Great, thank you. You've already mentioned briefly earlier on apprentices within your settings. So how can settings really leverage apprenticeships and other forms of training to support recruitment?
Yeah, so that's a good question for me as academy director. So we set up our own academy in 2018, and that was really because we recognised the importance and the value apprentices can bring to our nurseries and our wider teams, not only to support recruitment, but they ensure a pipeline of fresh talent as well, fresh ideas, fresh eyes, always coming into the company. We have a constant pipeline of apprenticeships applications as well. So recruitment, as I said earlier, it's not really the issue for us. It's making sure that they stay. It's the retention side of things, and they do now. But they are a real good tool to upskill our teams as well and to aid career progression. So we're a main provider of apprenticeships. So we don't just deliver training to Kids Planet, we deliver to other nursery groups and their settings as well. And they have a massive impact on recruitment. So you've got that constant application coming through. We've created clear apprenticeship pathways as well. So as I mentioned before, that career pathway is really important for people to retain and stay within our nurseries. So you can come in as a school leaver at level 2, and you can see people in front of you that are now at level 7 or senior leaders. So, and it's quite clear how you get there. Your pathway is really clear, and you may want to go down a vocational or an academic route or a combination of those. So so if those clear routes are there for our apprentices, then they become always our next leaders. These are our team coming on board all the time. You've got that constant throughput of people who then stay with you and just progress. So we look at who's moved from level 2, level 3, level 5 on to level 7, and some really great case studies there on how that apprenticeship journey has really supported, and then obviously supporting our children and families as well. So we offer structured apprenticeship programs that include mentoring through our own teams as well, progression, always progression for those as well. It's not just our new teams, it's our existing teams. So we have senior leaders doing level 7 and other higher level apprenticeships as well. So it's a constant upskilling the teams to ensure they have the tools to do the job that they now may be promoted into, or seeking to be promoted. They've got those tools and the confidence and the knowledge to succeed, basically. So apprenticeship throughout the whole company is very valuable at all levels.
Great. And then thinking, again, as I mentioned earlier, when in post, and to touch on some of the other points that you mentioned as well about the retention, the CPD, that career path, that journey, having that journey and pathway visible in front of an educator. How can settings encourage them to specialise within a particular area, SEND, language support, to enrich not only the nursery themselves, the actual learning environment, but the individual, to aid that retention? How have you found that to work?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's essential, to be fair, Seb, that that those CPD routes have to be in place and they have to be recognised, and we always try to actually link those to an accredited award or certificate as well, so they're more tangible as well, so through the academy. So as I mentioned before, we've got that comprehensive CPD offer. We highlight that we have an expert team of different teams of experts within Kids Planet as well. So we have a SEND team, we have an internal training team, we have an outdoor lead training team as well, and they're all linked to qualifications themselves, so people can progress into those teams, if you like. So as I mentioned before, we need to give our teams the tools to do the job. And you mentioned SEND, and we know we've got increasing levels of SEND, in our nurseries, and increasing complexity of SEND, children's SEND needs as well. So we take part, we'll sit with local authorities and, round table groups and say, what is impacting our sector at the moment, what's impacting retention. And a lot of those issues have been around, not having the tools to work with SEND children as well. So we do have our specialist SEND team. We do offer the level 3 SEND award, to ensure all of our SEND practitioners are fully trained in SEND as well. We also just recently ran a boot camp, so looking at upskilling more SEND practitioners within our Liverpool City region nurseries, for example, where we've used the boot camp funding to upskill, and that's had a massive impact on our families as well. We are also providing other targeted boot camps moving forward around speech, communication and language, and hopefully domestic violence as well. Again, these are emerging issues that we want to support our teams with. So we offer in-house training sessions on topics like safeguarding, equality and diversity, speech communication, working with babies, working with under twos, managing behaviour, things like that as well. And we do have financial incentives for team members who then, specialise in those opportunities and gain additional qualifications. So, it's tangible again. It's I want to specialise, it increases my skill set, and it enables me to apply for those specialist teams within Kids Planet as well. We have a lot of specialist roles. We always encourage the team voice as well, so we allow staff to propose and lead on initiatives. So we've utilised like baby massage and baby yoga. It seems to have really flourished in that, and the parents really love those activities. And then that gives another string to the bow for some of our educators as well. We have things like sports coaches, where we realised it's been really useful for recruiting more men into the sector. Where we'll deliver sessions around hockey, football, rugby for our very early years children. Children love it, parents love it, and it gives that specialism there on the outdoor side of things. We have Ood School, which is our outdoor classroom programme, which is Forest School Plus, if you like. It's even better. So, but again, so for those people who want to really specialise in outdoors, so there's a real different, combination of skills that people can bring and flourish in, and use their own, their own preferences to build upon their own specialisms, if you like. So that really supports recruitment and retention, because it shows the complexity and the myriad of opportunities that exist within our early years nurseries. Yeah.
Excellent. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Jill. And thank you for all of the other responses as well. Lots of fantastic insights. Really appreciate that. So as we wrap up today's podcast, I want to extend many thanks to you, Jill, once again, for sharing those insights and expertise with us. It's been very enlightening, and it's a really important topic that's right at the very heart of the sector. Obviously something that we're all striving towards, isn't it? To support that recruitment and the retention and the empowering of the talent that we have within the sector to make that difference in the lives of the children and the families that we come into contact with. So thank you once again for your insights, and thank you to everyone for watching and for everyone's commitment to making a difference within early years. Thank you.